In psychology, a projective test is a personality test designed to let a person respond to ambiguous stimuli, presumably revealing hidden emotions and internal conflicts projected by the person into the test. The responses to projective tests are content analyzed for meaning rather than being based on presuppositions about meaning, as is the case with objective tests. Projective tests have their origins in psychoanalysis, which argues that humans have conscious and unconscious attitudes and motivations that are beyond or hidden from conscious awareness. Types of projective tests. There are various types of projective tests which are carried out on the individuals depending upon the needs of the person. 1. Rorschach test. The Rorschach inkblot test is very frequently used by the experts for the purpose of projective tests. In this test, there are various inkblots which are plotted symmetrically, but in an irregular position. The person is then asked what they are seeing in these blots. They get various responses from this test. The response is then analyzed keeping in mind various parameters. The experts check what time was taken to respond, what the person said about the ink blots, which was the most important aspect that was touched upon. Example, if the respondent sees fearful images, then they assume that the person is suffering from paranoia. 2. Holtzman ink blot test. The Holtzman test is a variation of the Rorschach test. Here the images used for the respondent is much more as compared to the above test. The major difference between the two tests is that in this particular test the objective scoring is more important. The experts actually check the reaction time of the individual during the ink blot test. 3. Thematic apperception test. This test is another well-known test. It is more popularly known as the TAT test. In this type of test, the individual is asked to look at various scenes which are ambiguous. The respondent is given time to analyze the scenes and also to understand different aspects of the picture or scene. 4. Behavioral test. The respondent will be asked to provide information about what type of a picture is shown, what are the characters present, what are the emotions present in these characters, or you can also ask what will happen further. The experts check these responses and come to a conclusion and thus understand the frame of mind of the person. 5. Graphology. It has been proved by various studies that handwriting of a person can reveal many things. Graphology is a skill of handwriting through which the experts can understand your nature and physical characteristics. When the respondents write, the experts can easily understand the state of mind in which the person is at present. Besides this, they can also analyze the personality traits of the person. Even though there have been many controversies about graphology, it is still used for projective tests and they have positive results. 6. Sentence completion test. This test, as the name suggests, needs the respondent to complete certain sentences. This has to be done in their own words. When the respondent completes the sentences, it reveals the conscious and unconscious attitudes of the person, beliefs, and motivation. The person could be in any state of mind while completing the sentences. This will show in this test, thus providing the expertise to evaluate the nature and state of mind of the person. 7. The Draw a Person test. This projective test completely depends upon your imagination. As the name goes, here you need to draw a person, and that image is then analyzed by the test interpreter. The examiner, by analyzing the image, looks for a few factors like size of particular parts of the body, the detail given to the figure, the overall shape of the image. As per the examiner, it is the image that helps you understand the psychological condition of the person who had undergone the test. But as this test is also considered one which lacks validity, many disagree to the point of psychological tendencies and instead believe that the person has poor drawing skills. 8. The House Tree Person. This test was developed by John Buck and it comprises of a set of 60 questions to ask the respondent. The test interpreter can also add some of his questions during the test. In this House Tree Person, the candidate is said to draw a picture of a house, tree, and a person. After completion of the drawing, the examiner asks a few questions to the respondent and they analyze the answers given. Some of the questions are: who lives here? Who visits the person who lives here? Is the occupant happy? Etc.